Hello everyone, Rexlent here. Once again with another character guide video, this time featuring Pulao, who is cute and also very funny in the Reveries with a Whale story. She is one of the better designed characters in PGR that I'm very much looking forward to covering because her combat is extremely satisfying to play. Now without further ado, let's go straight into it. Pulao Dragontoll will be available the day after maintenance at a 100% rate up instead of the usual 80%, so be sure not to miss it. Instead of being called Transcendence, they are now called Unit Frames, and as usual, it only take 10 rolls to hit pity. As for the story, I recommend reading the interlude first to better understand Pulao's origin story, and also to get to know Han Ying. If you've been following the recent CN patches, you'll know what this implies. After that, it doesn't really matter if you go for her Bond story first or the patch story because they're mostly standalone. It's lighthearted with some wholesomeness to it, so it's definitely worth the read. You'll also notice that unit frames are also getting a new mechanic and game mode to themselves called the speed attack and finishing move system. Now certain enemies will have an orange elimination gauge below their health bars, and unit frames will now be capable of countering some of their attacks and eventually finishing them off. I'll cover this more in the next section on Dragontoll skills. At present, only Roland and Pulao have this upgrade, and subsequent patches will continually add it for the rest. Now let's move on to Dragontoll skills. She may seem tricky to play at first, and that's where I come in to dumb it down so much for you that you probably won't even need to read how she works. Starting with her orbs, let's ignore all the second part of the tooltip. We'll get to that later in the core passive section. Red Orb is a forward roundhouse kick and with super armor on a 3-ping. Yellow Orb is a ranged AoE attack that applies a split second of freeze to the enemies while also pulling them together. Just like Red Orb, Pulao gains super armor on 3-ping. Blue Orb is a forward kick flurry that also grants super armor on 3-ping. It's also one of my favorite abilities because certain enemies can get launched upwards and it's really satisfying to see. Basic attack combo is one of the highlights of Dragontoll's moveset. It has a really nice flow and actually gives you the sense of impact of her martial arts. Just look at it, I don't have to say more. Now for our signature move, pressing it at 20 energy for the first time will activate her Dragon Axe throw, which you can see it spinning around her. Pressing it again will call the Dragon Axe to her, and Pulao can also trigger Matrix this way by dodging into the axe. While the axe is active and she has 100 energy, press and hold the signature button to unleash Falling Stars, dealing massive AoE damage. Now we've talked about her needing 20 energy to do her Dragon Axe throw. However, if you activate Dragontoll's QTE, she does it off-screen at no cost, so this is really energy efficient for setting her up. Performing her QTE while the Dragon Axe is already active will just simply summon it towards the enemy again with the same damage. And now for the highlight of Dragontoll's kit, her core passive. Simply put, basic attack and orb pings will build towards her Dragon Force gauge shown in the lower center of the screen. At a minimum of 25 points, which is half of the gauge, she can activate Dragon Force combo by simply pinging an orb into her flying axe and then rapidly tap basic attack to complete the combo. A successful core passive attack is indicated by the ping sound effect. This is easier than it sounds because all you need to do is press the signature button after any orb ping when you have enough gauge points, and that's it, you have mastered Pulao Dragontoll. And here's the summary on how to play her. Really simple. For her rank passive, SS and SSS rank pretty much enables her to use her Falling Star signature as fast as possible, so it's extremely straightforward. SSS Plus lets her drop a crit damage and physical damage field that benefits other Kowloon characters like Chu. For now, know what I'm saying? So all in all, if you just want to have fun with Dragontoll's moveset, S or SS rank is already good enough to have access to all her gimmicks. Notice the new Uniframe tab on the left, and that is the upgrade screen for enabling the speed attack and finishing move for certain Uniframes. You will need to have at least one level to both to be able to use the abilities. The upgrade materials can be obtained from the Uniframe game mode as well as the shop. To put it simply, speed attack is the counter attack move by holding dodge button when an enemy performs an all-out attack indicated by a blue flash. Be careful not to hold dodge longer than necessary because it still drains your evasion while doing so. And finishing move, like its name suggests, completely kills the enemy instantly once their orange elimination gauge is empty. Simply press basic attack towards them when they have an orange glow. This entire gimmick will be taught in the Uniframe mode, so be sure to pay attention to the tutorial. As for the gear, it's really straightforward since this is a Uniframe we're talking about. Weapon is completely optional, but it pretty much guarantees her signature move to be a crit, which does massive damage. Otherwise, stick to the other weapons. If you're resonating her signature weapon, go for Overload Signal, Matrix Outburst, and Limit Break. For memories, 6 Marco straight up, 6 attack and crit plus 15 for the top slot, and 6 signature for the bottom slot for massive damage. And there you have it, Pulao Dragontoll playstyle in a nutshell. We've come to the end of this tutorial and I hope that it has been helpful to you in understanding her gameplay more. Consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.
Panoとか関係ねえ俺にひざまずけ